He checks on you but calls it nothing. He remembers everything you told him but pretends he was not listening. He shows up when you need someone but refuses to explain why. And the moment you try to have a real conversation about what this is, he disappears. If you are sitting there confused about a man who acts like he cares but will not say it, this video is going to explain exactly what is happening. Because the signs were never in his words. They were always in what he could not stop himself from doing. Here are 7 signs he loves you but will not admit it. Here is why this situation is so confusing and why it is not your imagination. When a man has feelings he is not ready to admit, he does not become cold and distant like someone who does not care. He becomes inconsistent. He is warm, then unavailable, present then gone. He does things that only matter if you matter to him, and then he acts like those things mean nothing. Psychology calls this emotional avoidance, when someone experiences genuine feelings but lacks the courage or readiness to face them. And what makes it worse is that the people watching from the outside will tell you if he wanted to, he would. But that statement assumes all men process feelings the same way. They do not. Some men feel deeply and say nothing, not because they do not care, but because caring feels dangerous to them. Here are the signs. You notice it, but you convince yourself you are imagining it. He just happened to sit near you. He just happened to text at the exact moment you were having a bad day. He just happened to be available when everyone else was not. But here is what you need to understand. Proximity is a choice. People gravitate towards what they value even when they are actively pretending they do not value it. The man who keeps finding reasons to be around you, to check in, to appear in your life without being asked. That man is being directed by something he has not yet found the words for. Proverbs 4 verse 23 says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." His heart is directing his feet even when his mouth is staying silent. You mentioned something in passing 3 months ago. Something small, something you barely remember saying. He brings it up today like it was important. He asks about the thing you told him worried you. He references the detail you shared once and never again. Men who are not invested do not retain information. They hear but they do not store. The fact that he is storing everything you say, filing it away, returning to it, acting on it, means his mind is spending time on you even when he is acting like it is not. That is not friendship behavior. That is someone who is paying attention to you the way people pay attention to things they cannot afford to lose. Around other people, he is hard to read, guarded, measured, difficult to crack. But around you something changes. His voice slows down. He laughs differently. He tells you things he has told nobody else. He drops the version of himself that he maintains for the world and lets you see something closer to who he actually is. Most people see vulnerability as weakness. So when a man lets his guard down around one specific person, it is not accidental. It is trust. And trust at that level does not develop from nothing. It develops from feelings that have been building longer than he has been willing to admit. The Samaritan woman in John 4 thought she was just having a conversation. What was actually happening was someone being fully seen for the first time. When someone lets you see their hidden places, they are showing you where they actually live. The pattern drives you crazy. You have a real moment, something genuine passes between you, and then he vanishes. He becomes hard to reach. He creates distance out of nowhere. And just when you have convinced yourself it is over, and you are moving on, he reappears. He checks in. He acts like nothing happened. This is not game playing, even though it feels like it. This is what happens when someone is experiencing feelings that are bigger than their courage. The closer he gets to something real, the more his fear activates. Moses did not run toward his assignment when God first called. His first response was, "I am not able." Fear and feeling coexist all the time. The fact that he keeps coming back is the data point that matters. People do not repeatedly return to things that mean nothing to them. Nobody asked him to look out for you. Nobody assigned him that role. But he does it anyway, quietly, consistently, without making a production of it. He steps in when someone is disrespecting you. He checks that you got home safely. He notices when something is off before you say a word. Boaz did not wait for Ruth to ask for protection. Before their story had a name, he was already instructing his workers to leave grain for her, to let her drink from their water, to make sure she was safe. His actions spoke before the future was revealed. When a man protects you without being asked, especially when he has nothing to gain from it, that is not habit. That is a heart that has already made a decision his mouth has not caught up with yet. Anyone can show up when it is convenient. Anyone can be kind when it costs them nothing. The sign that separates genuine feeling from temporary attention is what he does when showing up requires actual sacrifice. He rearranges his schedule. He drives out of his way. He stays on the phone with you at 1 a.m. when he has work at 6. He does not announce these things. He does not keep score. He just does them, repeatedly, quietly, without asking for credit. Joseph maintained his character in a prison, in slavery, in circumstances that gave him every reason to stop trying. What someone repeatedly chooses when nobody is watching and nothing is guaranteed is the clearest picture of what they genuinely value. If he is consistently choosing you, especially when it costs him, that is not friendship. That is love looking for language. He will not admit it. He will say he is not jealous. He will say he does not care who you talk to. But watch what his body does when another man gives you attention. His posture changes. He becomes quieter. He finds a way to insert himself into the situation. He asks about the man later with a casualness that is not casual at all. Jealousy gets a bad reputation because in its toxic form it is controlling and damaging. But the mild, instinctive, involuntary version of it, where someone's body reacts to a perceived threat before their mind can stop it, is one of the clearest indicators of genuine feeling. You cannot be jealous about something you genuinely do not care about. The emotion does not work that way. His discomfort is data, and data does not lie even when the person does. So you have seen the signs. You recognize them. Now, what do you do with this? Because the worst thing you can do is take this information and use it to chase someone who has not yet found his courage. Here is what matters most. Your peace is not something you put on hold while you wait for a man to figure out what he feels. Esther did not spend her preparation season trying to force an outcome. What looked like waiting from the outside was God positioning her for everything that came next. If what you have with this man is real, if his actions genuinely reflect what we have described in this video, then the pattern will continue. Consistency does not need your management. It continues on its own. But if you are looking at someone whose actions are inconsistent, whose care disappears when it is inconvenient, who keeps you uncertain not because he is afraid, but because he simply has not decided, then what you are looking at is not a man fighting his feelings. It is a man who has already told you his answer in the only language he is willing to use. Isaiah 41 verse 10 says, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Your worth is not determined by whether he finds the courage to say what you deserve to hear. It was established before he ever met you. The 7 signs we covered are real. But here is the most important thing I need you to hold. Signs are not answers. They are information. And information without action from him is just a patter, and not a promise. What you deserve is not a man who loves you privately while keeping you uncertain publicly. You deserve someone who loves you loudly enough that you never have to watch for signs. If he is the right man, and the timing is not right God will move him. You will not have to pull him. You will not have to decode him. You will not have to watch his feet to understand what his mouth will not say. The right love will not leave you doing investigation work. It will be clear. Tell me in the comment. Ask which sign did you recognize immediately? Because someone reading your comment right now needs to know they are not alone in this. And if this video gave you language for something you have been feeling, share it. Subscribe for more. We will see you in the next one.